Hello, Minecrafters, and welcome to episode 22 of our Let's Play Infinity. And as you can see, no, it's not remodeling, it's fixing a hole in the wall. Creeper kind of snuck up on me, and, well, that was the blocks I had at hand. Gonna be changing them out eventually, but, yeah. He knocked a hole here, knocked out the side of the wall, took out my door, all that good stuff. So, yeah. Lesson learned, don't play with the sound off, because they will certainly sneak up behind you, because literally all I did was I came out the door, I turned left and came over this way, and I'm like, did I see a creeper out the side of my vision? And I turned around and looked, and he wasn't following me, but then I noticed, some things missing off the wall. Yeah, anyways. So, that leads me to this. When you have your Botania enchanting area set up, one thing to be very careful of is there are different aspects of it that can be very fragile. For instance, if you see the pattern on this, and actually let me grab this real quick because I'll need that here in just a second. But as you can see, the pattern on this and the little sparklies running along the lines and the spark and all that, well, that breaks it. Simply removing one flower makes this not an enchanter anymore. And so you have to go back in, and because if you just try to click on it with the wand, it won't do anything. You have to put the flower back in place before you can make it an enchanting area again. So, just a quick tip. Make sure that it is protected from stuff which might blow up. Lesson for the day. Well, one of many, I hope. Alright, let's see. Where do we want to start first? Okay, I guess we'll start in here. Okay, Draconic chest. Amazing chest. On the verge of OP. Overpowered, if you don't know what OP is. Really nice stuff. That is going to bring us to Draconium ore. This is one of the things that you will need to be finding in order to get into the Draconic Evolution. And it is one of the things that we are going to start delving into just a little bit. And actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's something else I wanted to make, which uses this stuff up here. But since I've already skipped it, I'll go ahead and go to this. From the Draconium ore, you get Draconium dust. Now, used to, you had to take dust, and you'd put 4 dust around an ingot. You'd get something else. Draconic, what was it? Where is the dust? Okay, makes this. This is used in... It may not be in here anymore. The reason I say it is because, well, there's the dust. And I know it was used in... I can't remember what it was called. But anyways, you would... And I've actually got it on one of my previous videos where I made it. You take 4 dust and do the cross over a iron ingot, then you would smelt that and you would get 2 bars. Well, that has changed. Now, if you take 1 dust and smelt it, you get a bar. So now we have 2. Now, on the area of the Draconium ore, you will want to make, or if I can get my words straight, when you farm this stuff, try to make sure that you're using something with luck or something that is going to increase what you get, like fortune or whatever. I did a little bit of reading, and as a matter of fact, it might be in the book. And why did everything change? Oh, that's right. It always changes when I open that thing over there. This is the Draconic Evolution Information Tablet. It's actually a pretty good book. It tells pretty much all the different things in this mod. And actually, it might be, yeah, there it is, the Draconium Blend. And what it means by depreciated is it's not in here anymore. This item will now depreciate and will be removed in 1.0.2. So if you have any, smelt it. So there you go. But anyways, oh, that's right. One thing I don't like about the book is, all right, if you like the axe or the pickaxe, and you're looking at this, okay, then you're looking at the Wyvern Energy Core. If you click here, which I'm doing, it doesn't take you to that item. So you can't do it quite like you do the NEI stuff, but it is a pretty detailed book. Let's see, the ore. Is that here? They may not have that here. Oh, there it is. You can just barely see it. Okay. Drops 1 to 3 draconium dust when mined. 4 to 12 with fortune 3. As hard as this stuff can be to find, you'll want fortune 3 or luck, because it will make a big difference on how much you get. And so now I can bring these over here, drop them in the smelter. Dum, dum, dum. Too bad it doesn't double those up. And now we have this. And this really messed me up. Okay, so I need that, and that, and that. Because one of the things I want to make is the Draconium Core. And that, I think that's what it's called. It needs a diamond in the middle. I think it's iron on the cross. No, it's not. It's not iron. It's gold. And then the ore. Oh, I got it backwards. There we go. And that gives us the Draconic Core. Now, my ADD's kicked in, so I'm going back over to something else. One of the other things that we want to make, and we get that over here to get it out of the way, is, I can put that straight in here. We're on alloys only. We want to be able to make, I know that's what it uses. What's it called? It's from Ender.io, Solarium. That's it. We need 5 Solarium. So we'll go ahead and let that cook up here real quick, because last episode, maybe the episode before, I was talking about having enough experience to do enchantments, things like that. Well, you know, things happen, you die, you lose experience points, you need somewhere to store it. And so that is one of the things that I wanted to make today. So we'll come over here. Now, first of all, I need those, and I needed more gold. Thought I had more than 4. Okay. That's all right. And this is evidently the wrong recipe. Darn it. All right, that one. This one I think I can remember. I always get this mixed up. I can't ever remember which one goes on the corner. And then it's this with that, and then the little thing up here. But I thought that was this. But apparently it's not. So what is that little stick made of? Oh, energetic. Okay. Well, that explains it. We'll take that, and we'll take you, put you over here, and we have the experience obelisk. And I want to take this, and I'll just put it right there. I can still get in this. This is, as far as I know, doesn't have a true capacity. So you can put all you want in here. So right now, if I want to store all of my experience, I went from 18 to 0, and it's all in here. Okay, but let's say I need 10 levels back. So there I can get my 10. But no, I don't. I just need 1 level back. So there's 1. Or you can grab it all. Really, really cool little setup through Ender.io. And you can also, you can port out, you can go in, whichever. You can send to barrels, you can bring back from barrels, tanks, all that stuff. Extremely handy. And I really like the interface. This is your input, this is your output. But yeah, that was one of the things that I wanted to get to, kind of ration out our experience. That way I'm not sitting here with 40 levels using 10, and it's actually more efficient. If you need 10, you only have 10. There's a lot of math that goes into that, so just trust me or don't and waste it. So anyways, there you go. All right, next item up is we've got our core, and I'm going to need one more. And let's see, I know I need 2 swords. No, it's not 2 swords. Or is it? Maybe it is. 2 diamond swords. Coal, I know I need that. Oh, I know I need a oven. Let's see. I'm trying to do this from memory. I don't know how well this is going to work out. Maybe... Ha! Mob grinder. This is another item that we're going to be looking at using today. And this is the Draconic Evolution mob grinder. If you've not seen this, prepare to be amazed, because I think it's a pretty sweet little item. Alright, so we can, well, making a block out of that one, throw that up there. I've already got 12 blocks. I've got 1 ingot, and I've got 22 ore. So doing fairly decent on getting this stuff together. Majority of this came from all the mining that I did with the Ender Quarry and the Nether. From what I understand, there is a plethora of this in the end, but we've actually not visited there yet. So there you go. Alright, let's throw that back in there because I don't need it. I do need this. I don't need that. So that should be what I need for the next thing that we're going to make. So for now, I'll sleep through the night and we're going to make a build. Something outside. Yep, and he's got armor, so the sunlight isn't going to affect him. But that sword will. I really do like that sword. Alright, so this... Oh, wow. We got company. I'm going to experiment. Let's see if we can make everything go away. Because there is a range at which all things go away. And apparently I wasn't there yet. Well, that's right. I'm sitting here looking at the Y level, and it went up high enough if they were, you know, on, well, I guess 1 or 0 or whatever. So we're going up here to the clouds, the islands, all that good stuff. I've never done this. I'm just kind of curious as to, you know, what it would do. Alright, so we went up to, what, about 270. Yep, everything's gone. Cool. That's one way to do it when you don't really feel like, fighting stuff. All right, so what we've got here is 2 stacks plus 44 of fused quartz. This is actually something that I've been toying around with. I've never actually done it in real world setting, so I've never done a video on it. But yeah, we're going to lay this out in a magic little fashion, and actually, nah, I'll do it like this. I was thinking I might want to go down 1 layer simply because this is going to be a solid floor, but no, we'll leave it like this, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. This stuff is actually pretty cool because it's got a nice, it has a nice connected texture, and it's pretty cool stuff. But what this is 5 by 9, I think. No, 5 by 7, I believe. It's a little hard to tell looking at it, trying to count it, because it is extremely clear. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 5 by 7 base. And then we're going to go up the walls. And it can be a little difficult to keep up with where you're at and where you're placing, just because the connected textures can be a little confusing at times. All right, so that's 1 layer. Now we're going with another layer. And I had this kind of designed and figured out, and I didn't write it all down, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it done. I do know that this should be the right number of blocks. And let's see, if I'm not mistaken, this one I need to put 1 there. So basically what you've got is a 3 by 3 or 3 by 5 interior, 5 by 7 exterior with a wall going up. This is your first layer of the wall. Then on your second, you've got your floor here, first layer, second layer, you have 1 there. And this is going to continue and skip the one in the middle here, I believe. Nope, that one's skipped. That one's in. Okay. Actually, nope, that one's out too. You skipped 2. Sorry, I know, I'm confusing. It's fun that way. All right, so we'll put 1 in the middle, 1 on this side with 1 in front, 1 there, and 1 in front of it. And now we'll continue on around in this fashion, all the way around. And I might make this out of cobblestone, just so you can get a better idea of how it's put together. Okay, now we'll want to go up 1 more. And I'm actually going to have to knock some out too, because there is one place, but I have a hard time remembering where it's at, that have to move some around. So going to do 1 last layer here, and this is actually going to be solid roof. And as you can see by the blocks, I'm running out, so that means it's almost done. Okay. Now, where was... Okay, first of all, we're going to take this, and this is the interesting thing. When you place... Well, I can show you on the ground. When you place this, it faces you. And this is what the little GUI looks like. So this, with the little fan, is actually the backside. And I tried turning it with a wrench, and it won't. So what I did was this. I came in from here. I'll just break a few there, and then place it there. So you've got the open hole under it. And then we'll replace these three back. Like that. Now, the next thing you want to do is... Let's see if I can remember this. Yep. Break that one. And that one. It doesn't look right. Something doesn't look right. Oh, I remember. It's that one. Okay, put that one back and that one back. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Tell you what. I'm going to grab some cobble. And that way, see if this won't be a little easier to show with cobble. Okay, same numbers, 2 stacks plus, what was it, 44. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'll duplicate this, or at least most of it, and then I'll bring you back and explain how this is put together. And then we'll get to find out what it does. So hold on just a minute. Okay, so now we have 2 duplicate items. This represents the grinder. So just kind of wanted to show where it was placed at. And then this represents those that are set inside. And then the rest of it is pretty much just closed in, except you've got this opening, which the grinder is there, so this will stay open the whole time. Up here you have these 3 blocks as a ledge, and you have that one missing and this one missing. The one that would go here and one here would go here. And what that's for is access here. So now I can show you what this is for. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to take this block of coal and put it in here. And as you can see, this builds up. Now, I know sometimes this can be a little hard to tell or a little bit difficult to read, but this charges up to 20,000 RF. Okay, so where are we at on the day? Oh, we're still good. Now, the second thing I want to do is I want to put a lever on this. That way we can keep this from operating. So I want to flip it down and it stops. But this still continues to go up, which is kind of cool that it'll still charge while it's cut off. So when the fan isn't running, well, I guess the fan doesn't stop when you do it every time. But anyways, when this is down, it's not going to kill anything because that's what a grinder does. That it will, that it won't. So we'll leave that down. Now, for what this is going to be used for. Last episode? Yeah. We went and got wither skeletons. Or wither skeleton skulls. I ended up with 15. So now I'm sure you can tell what today is going to be about. So, our 3 little protrusions here. One, we're going to put on our soul sand on the bottom one. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to put sand, or the soul sand there, there, and here. And then we're going to put the skull on there, there, and here. And we're going to back up a little bit and let this go boom. And as you can see, no damage. No damage to the blocks. And then you just come over here and flip the switch. And, yeah, no more wither. And that is the power of Draconic Evolution. Yeah. And, minimal amount of power used. I'm actually going to take that out because, okay, we got 20,000. Now, let's do another one. Do our soul sand there. And it will be easier to get your stuff out if you have a magnet, which I do. But, I mean, you can break this stuff easy enough with a pick to get your stuff out. Or, I mean, you could set up pistons or, yeah, there's a lot of really creative things you can do. But you just, you know, kind of let him hang out and then he goes boom and flip the switch, flip it back down. And apparently we don't use any power just because of using that switch. Before I put the switch on there, it would use that whole 20,000 because it was trying to kill him when he was in that invulnerable state. So I thought, well, what happens if we put a switch? And so, well, now we know. And yeah, I said that I had never done this before, but that was in a creative world. Oh, looky there. He's got a nice little crown. We'll call him King Wither. And then we'll call him Dead King Wither. And so, as you can see, we're also getting experience points. So yeah. I like automating things. I don't mind a little bit of danger, but you know, if I can sit here and kill withers this easy, why wouldn't I? I mean, really? So, pop, flip, and done. And yeah, I guess I could put just a button on there. Well, actually, no, I couldn't because it needs that redstone signal on, as you can see up at Wayla on the top. The state is on, so it's getting a redstone signal. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could do it. But honestly, I was just kind of going for simplicity. And now, keep in mind that this is not a perfect setup. The fused quartz can be broken if he starts firing, but the explosion that he doesn't break it. But whenever he gets like that, if he sees something or if he glitches through this enough to where he can see something to go kill and he starts firing, it can break this glass. But if he starts doing that, just flip the switch, flip it back down, and yeah, he's done. So, no worries. And we've used no power. So, but you know what we do have is we have 5 nether stars. We have 5 miniature yellow hearts, which, if I'm not mistaken, can also be converted to red if you don't have enough red. And we have 5, count them 5, division sickles, which I've only ever really needed 1. So, there we go. We're going to have to be doing this quite a bit. So one of the things that I am going to be doing in an episode coming soon to you will be setting up some form of... Oh, shoot. See, like I said, that stuff does break really easy, so you have to be careful. Because the last thing you want is to have a hole in your wither containment and, you know, him getting out, and that would be just a whole bad thing. Especially if you've got neighbors and all that stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, one of the things we'll be doing here before long is setting up a wither skeleton spawner so that we can farm some of that. I'm looking into a couple of different ways of doing it, so not really sure exactly what path I'm going to take with that. But easy ways to kill withers. Those are always fun. Alright, I'll clean all that up later. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. We have a way to store our experience and a way to get just what we need. So I can just come over here and I've got 15. And hold on just a minute. Let me start this back up. Okay, and as I was saying, I have 15 experience down here. And so when I open this up, I click here, you'll notice, 15 plus 18 doesn't equal 25. But what this is the amount of experience in here is equivalent to what would be level 25. That is why when I said earlier, if you have 40 experience or 40 levels down here and you do 10 4 times, you'll be done. But if you take 40 and put it in here and use, okay, we'll come over here, get 10. Well, shoot. If we come over here, get 10, do our thing, get another 10, do our thing, it will actually take less, it'll use less experience in the long run. Now, about the shutdown, I've actually got that narrowed down a little bit. And one of the things I'm finding is apparently there is a memory leak somewhere within apparently this edition, because if you'll watch up here, this goes running up and then it drops back down, and it'll go up, and then the Java does the garbage, throws it out, but each time this runs up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, and whenever this gets to 100% and then this runs out of memory, it dumps to the desktop. So that is what is causing the crash to desktop. I have not as of yet been able to find exactly what it is, but I'm getting it narrowed down. I may try reinstalling everything, so hopefully we'll get something resolved. But yeah, like I said, the numbers here run up, gets up to, and this right here seems to get a little higher over time, and so you notice the allocated memory just went up. So yeah, that's what's going on, and the only way to bring this back down is to close Minecraft and to close the Curse Voice and restart Curse Voice and then restart this as well. So yeah, what are you going to do? But that is what is causing the crash to desktop. Which specific mod it is, I don't know. But it's an issue, and I'm working on finding the resolution to it. So, and we've still got them down there. Now we have, oh, hello. Smart enough to hang out in the shade. Why are you out? Oh, you're wearing armor. Okay, well, let's kill you. And I wish he was in this box. He would be in for a rude awakening then. Alright, so we got the yard cleaned up, and I'll clean this stuff up here as soon as I get signed off. But yeah, like I said, pretty simple little setup here. I had looked into the, what was it, reinforced obsidian, and while they say, while they're, a lot of people talk about the reinforced obsidian is not expensive. Excuse me. it's okay, yeah, it takes time. But dark steel isn't the easiest thing, because that's going to take obsidian, it's going to take coal, it's going to take iron for 1 ingot. So here you have 4 ingots, plus your bars are going to take 6 to make 16. So, you've got 4 bars here, plus an obsidian block to make 1 reinforced obsidian, when I can do the same thing with 4 nether quartz. So, yeah, there you go. This may not be quite as strong, but hey, you saw it work 5 times in a row, and I've yet to have it not work. And there you go. So I think that will do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please do click like down below. It does help a little bit. But anyways, if you have any questions, want to make any suggestions, make sure to leave that down in the comments below as well. But most of all, I just hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you were entertained. Maybe you learned something. And hopefully you'll come back to see us. I'm Jim Slate. Take care, and God bless.